Hey guys, so today we are going to be making some lemon chicken orzo soup. It is a fan favorite here at home and it's actually quite simple but can be nice and hearty, super tasty, and we are going to be doing the most. We're going to be doing the soup, some homemade dinner rolls to go with it, and some homemade chocolate chip cookies, a little treat for dessert. Always makes the tummy happy. So to start, we have a bunch of chicken breast. I have 6 of them. 3 of them are salt and peppered, and those are going to be for us. The 3 unseasoned are actually going to end up going to the dogs. Those will go on the grill, and then I have my pot of boiling water here. I do not have a lid that fits this. It actually broke. So we are going to add the entire box of orzo into this and let that go for a while until it's cooked. And then we'll strain it out and add it to the soup when we are ready. The soup is pretty simple. It's chicken, celery, carrots, onion, garlic, all kind of to your preference. I used a yellow onion. I am going to actually send this through the food processor. You can leave it chunkier, however you would like to do it. I just did this because I can't take cutting the onion. I cry so much from it. I'm way too sensitive, as you can see. And then the carrots, I thought I was going to be smart and try and put them through the food processor as well. It didn't go as planned. And then I was also told by my other half to leave them chunky because it makes for a better soup. So I did that and then took them out, ended up cutting them into just large chunks, which will soften in the soup and make it heartier. After that, I cut up an entire stalk of celery, again, leaving it kind of chunky so that it makes for a heartier soup. And then I ended up cutting up the garlic. I chopped it, not too fine, but also didn't leave that chunky, but I do like my garlic. Can we just take a look at this piece of garlic? This thing is massive. This came from my local farmer's market, and it is huge. I used about 4 cloves with that big one that equals about 2-ish. So maybe 4 or 5 total. So my favorite part of this is being able to use the turkey stock that I had left over finally. And some of it is still a little frozen. I have it in a water bath to defrost it all. It's been in the freezer. I had to only substitute a little bit with some chicken stock from the grocery store, but majority of the broth came from homemade. All right, it is time to put all of this together. So I heated up some oil in my stock pot and I put my garlic in there. We're going to let it heat up a little bit and get some of the flavor out of the garlic. And then we're going to add all of our vegetables in and we're going to let those sweat and get softer before we add in the chicken and the orzo. We're going to mix that up, and perfect timing because the chicken just came off of the grill. So let's get this all shredded up. All right, guys, so this has to be one of the easiest dinner roll recipes. It's so simple, so quick, and so delicious, honestly. You just use the rapid rise yeast, heat up some milk. We've got butter, flour, salt, the normal stuff that goes in. You just mix it all together until it pulls off of the sides of the bowl here. Keep adding flour until you get that consistency that you're looking for. And then we're gonna put the dough into a bowl, let it pretty much double in size. You want to keep it in a kind of warm spot, and I've just put saran wrap over it. Put some oil in the bowl first so that it doesn't get stuck to it. Let it rise, and then once that happens, come back maybe like 30 minutes. Could take less, could take a little bit more, depending on the conditions of where you're putting it. And then we'll make some rolls. While the dough is proofing, we're going to make some chocolate chip cookies. And honestly, I just follow the Ghirardelli chocolate recipe, and I have found that they are so much better than the Toll House cookies. I don't know if the recipe is slightly different or not. Maybe it's the chocolate, but I definitely am a fan favorite of the Ghirardelli chocolate chip bag recipe. All right, we are back to the dinner rolls. Our dough has proofed and it is ready. So I just punch it down and then put it on the counter on some flour. We're going to cut it up into, I believe, somewhere around like 20 to 24 rolls. You can weigh out your dough, each piece, to about 2 ounces each if you'd like to. I kind of eyeballed it, so they're a little bit all over the place. That doesn't bother me. They don't have to be exact. You can loosely put them together. You can roll them like this, however you want to do it. They still should come out pretty similar. I just make them a little bit tighter and roll them on the counter. And then we let these proof for about another 30 minutes and then pop them into the oven at about 375 for about 18 minutes, or until you start seeing some golden brown on the top. I prefer to add the butter on the top of them before I start baking them. I tried putting it on after, and honestly, I didn't like it as much, but you can do it on the dough raw before you put it in the oven, or you can put the melted butter on your finished rolls while they're still warm, fresh out of the oven. They look like they are ready for the oven. Let's pop them in. And this is where I wish I had smell-o-vision because this smells so delicious. But let's get some of this melted butter onto the rolls and they'll be nice and shiny and tasty. And then dinner should be ready.